Okay, let's begin. We're practicing some word problems. So we want to, when you do word problems, what is the difference between doing word problems and doing regular problems that we just did in the last section? What's the difference? The difference is actually very simple. So you're probably thinking, how would I know the answer to his question? Right? But you actually know. In word problems, you use words. Yes? Use words. So you're kind of putting into words what is given in symbols. Correct? Yes or no? Okay. For instance, you could say 1/2 times 3. Correct? Does anybody know the answer to that? What's 1/2 times 3? Yes.
3, 6. Oh wait, yeah.
Well, let's apply some of the skills that we learned. Okay. Well, we know that 1/2 is 1/2, and we know that 3 can be rewritten as 3/1. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you actually manipulate both numerator and denominator, correct? So what is 1 times 3? What does that equal?
3.
3. What does 2 times 1 equal?
2.
2. Yeah, so 3/2. That's the answer, correct? Put that in mixed fractions.
1,
1 and 1/2, correct? So 1/2 times 3. Now, I could put that into words. You could say, what is 1/2 of 3? What is 1/2 of 3? So what word is used for an equal sign? It's a little weird. What number do I generally use as an equal sign? You thought I was going to ask something else, didn't you? What do I generally use as an equal sign? I'll give you a hint. Shall I give you a hint? All right, let me not give you a hint. Let me wait. What word do I use for multiplication? No. What is it? What is it? Of, yeah. Of. That's multiplying. What's equals?
the same? Into?
The word's in here somewhere.
Is?
Yeah, it is. Okay, so 1/2 of 3 is what? I can rewrite it. Is what? 1.5. So I could rewrite this. I could say 1/2 of 3. Is that somebody's parents out there? Or what was that all about? People just looking in classes? That was a little weird. 1/2 of what? 1/2 of
3.
3 is what? Or I could say what? I could say 1/2 of 3 is 1.5. Let's go crazy, shall we? Yes? So that's the basis. I mean, that's a very simple way of doing it. This is going to be Introduction to Word Problems containing fractions, part 2. But I just wanted to say that. You know, that's really what this is all about. Yes? So let's just do two problems, two simple problems, okay? So it says find 3/7 of 434. What is that symbol there? What is that symbol? Find 3/7 of, what's that symbol?
Pound.
Does anybody know? I don't even know if I can make it.
3/7 of a pound.
Yeah, it's an L, leave it a pound. Of, what does it say? Did I make that right? 434. Okay. So what would I do? Let's forget the pound thing for a minute. What would I do?
434 divided by 7 times by 3.
No, divided by,
434 multiplied.
right? So what would it be, Paula?
434 times 3
Times what?
3 over
3/7. Yes? Can I divide 7 into 434? Yeah. Use short division. 4, 3, 4, 7 7 goes into 43 how many times?
6.
How many times? 6. How much left over? 1, 2. So 62 times, right? Yes? So I can I change something here? Can I change something? So what do? Didn't I factor out a 7? Didn't I go like this? 7 divided by 7 is 1. 7 divided by this is 62. Now let me rewrite it just for clarity, okay? So I'm going to say 62 times 3, and is that it? Yes, that's it, right? Now let's simplify, right? You want to find the answer, right? What's 3 times 62? Can you do it in your head?
186.
186, that's right. 186. So what is 3/7 of 434 pounds? That's a little better, huh? That's not bad, huh? Is that better? It's actually an L, sort of. An L with a little shishma. Okay? I never really learned how to write, longhand. I don't even know the letters. I don't, isn't that weird? I stuck with printing. Okay? Shall we do one more? One that's a little bit more challenging? Shall we do that? Is that a good idea? Was the last problem I did clear? Was I clear? Or was I like mud?
The one you just did,
Yeah.
it was clear.
Thank you, James. That was a very thoughtful response. I like that. Excellent. Well done. Okay. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. Let's go crazy. Okay? Want to go crazy? Let's do number 10. Okay. And I'm going to read this out loud. I'm not going to write it on the board, so you've got to listen. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you want to listen to the problem. And then you want to put it on pause and see if you can interpret my words. Clear?
Yes.
Because it's not only a visual thing, it's also an auditory thing. Clear? Word problems are not just visual. They're also auditory. Clear? You sure? Excellent. 2,400 kilograms of ice cream is put into plastic containers which hold 3/4 kilogram each. How many plastic containers are needed? Let me read that again. 2,400 kilograms. That's a lot, right? That's a lot. Of ice cream is put into plastic containers which hold 3/4 kilogram each. How many plastic containers are needed? Does everybody understand the words? You know what a plastic container is? Like this is a plastic container, right? So I'm scooping out, right? So this holds, we're pretending, this holds 3/4 of a kilogram, right?
That's a lot.
How do I do that? I have 2,400 kilograms. And I have a container that holds 3/4 of a kilogram. How do I, what's the relationship? How do I interpret this?
400 times.
Is that right? 2,400 times 3/4? Let's see, so 2,400 times 3 divided by 4, is that what you're saying?
Times 4 divided by 3.
Yeah, times 4 divided by 3.
Why times 4 divided by 3?
Because it's only like, not just like.
Wait, hold it. Wait. Getchu said it's 2,400 times 3 divided by 4. So she's saying of is involved in this, right? So it's going to be 2,400 of, so 3/4 of this, right? Is that right? So let's think about this visually. All right, let's think, right? What is it? I don't have to do it?
No, you're going to have to do that 3,200 times.
Okay, good. I like that. You got the answer. Now, did you use of?
No.
Did you Did you say 3/4 times 2,400 to get the answer?
I did 2,400.
All right, that's fine. Now, what does of mean? Is of in the sentence? 2,400 grams of ice cream is put into plastic containers which hold 3/4 of each. How many containers are needed?
Yes, up is in the sentence. That means it's times.
That means it's times?
Yeah.
So do I multiply 3/4 times 2,400? I do? So so isn't 3/4, so what's 3/4 of this? Isn't it, can you do that in your head?
1,800.
1,800, right?
Yeah.
You did it in your head, Paula, very good. So is 1,800 the answer?
No.
No.
Because isn't this only 3/4 of a kilogram? And this is, so aren't I gonna get a number that's larger than this? Gentlemen, in the back, are we paying attention? Yes or no? Hello? Mrs. Student? Yes. I have your son in class. Yes, that's correct. They're not paying attention during class. Would you like me to do that? Now the whole world knows that you in the back aren't paying attention. Are you going to pay attention? Excellent. I like that. I like that. I like that. You're working with me. Yeah! Okay. So, am I going to get a number greater than or larger than 2,400?
Yes.
Yes. Yes what?
Yes, you will get a number greater than 2,000.
I'll get it greater than. I said greater than or, what did I say?
You said greater than or bigger.
Oh, I did? Oh, sorry. Greater than or smaller than 2,400. Will I get a number?
Greater.
Greater than, right? Okay, good. So am I going to say 3/4 of this, or how many go into that? In other words, how many scoops, how many times
How many times?
is this cup going to go into the ice cream?
How many times you're going to...
How many scoops am I going to get out, right? So isn't it going to be 2,400, and how many of these go into that? Right? So what do I do?
Take 2,400 times by 4.
No. I need to know the concept, Paula. You're correct. You are absolutely correct. But that's not what I asked you. How do I set up the problem before I even start to calculate? Is it going to be 2,400 times 3/4 or 2,400 divided by 3/4?
Divide.
Divided by. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
No? Who said no? It's okay, you can say no. Who said no? Nobody?
No.
Did you mean to say yes? Okay. So isn't that going to equal 2,400
No.
times 4/3?
Yeah.
Aren't you? Isn't that?
Yes.
So what is 3? Is there something we can factor out of that?
Yeah.
What?
800.
3 goes in 800 times. And what is 4 times 800?
3,200.
What?
Plastic container.
I gotta label it, yeah. Okay? Yes? All right, so we kind of did a lot of problems on that. We just didn't do a lot, but shall we do some more that are a little bit more challenging? Do you find these challenging? What's your name? You don't find them challenging? I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. He's like sitting back there like this. He's like this. Nope. Don't find them challenging. Nope. You just scaled Mount Everest. Did you find that challenging?
No.
Nope. Didn't find it challenging. Now you're wearing a Superman emblem on the front of your shirt. So does that mean you're a superhero or the son of a superhero or just a random shirt you have on? Are you a superhero in math? It could be because this is not challenging to you. So he bent steel in his bare hands. Is that challenging? Nope. He leaped a tall building in one leap. Is that challenging? No. Look! Up in the sky! It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Superman. Superman who came to Earth with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men. He can bend steel in his bare hands. Am I getting this right?
Yes.
Faster than a locomotive. Bend steel in his bare hands. And who disguised as Clark Kent? Mild-mannered reporter for the great metropolitan newspaper. I don't remember, but when I was a kid, the reruns were on TV of the 1950s Superman. It was like 2 or 3 years that was on. That was it. You ready? End of part 2, intro. Yes? Let's go a little crazy. Okay? All right, good.